Welcome back, viewers, to my channel, The World of Least Explored Phenomena. This is second series, The Workplace Management. First series was on parapsychology, on which there were four videos, which you must have watched. If you have missed them, please go to my YouTube channel, The World of Least Explored Phenomenon, and watch those videos. The videos are very interesting. It gives you a deep insight into the subject parapsychology, which is least explored. Today we are at the 11th episode of workplace management, in which we'll be talking about 5S. We have so far covered transformational stages. We have so far covered the transformational stages in one's life, which give you learning. We have understood the workplace meaning and types of workplaces. We have also covered the most vital and the heart of this subject, managing people at the workplace, which is the main part of the topic, the workplace management. If you are able to manage people at the workplace, almost you are ready to face the challenges. Now we are at the topic in which, if you adopt these tips which I am giving, you can turn traditional entrepreneurial units into professional system driven units. We have seen that there are entrepreneurial run organizations which are run by single people, and that has many shortcomings. The shortcomings which are there are because these are single driven units, they lack lot of knowledge, and hence they suffer. They are not able to get the optimum results. Entrepreneurs do know about the product, but lack knowledge of systems and scientific methods which could help them to derive optimum results. Decisions are based on intuitions because they do not have a scientific database. Entrepreneurs generally have inflated egos, and they will not hear to the valuable inputs or advice from their subordinates. They follow the dictum, I say, you do. Absence of system blocks continual improvements. Continual improvements are not possible. They are not able to make optimum decisions. Entrepreneurs do not know the real potential of their business which exists in the organization. All these things, all these shortcomings can be removed if systems are put in place and they are run efficiently. One has to inculcate systems thinking into the organization and implement the systems in the organization. How do we go about implementing systems in the organization? We have to get organized. That is, first thing is that you have to set the house in order. This is one topic which we'll be discussing in detail today, that is the 5S system. Then comes the identifying the processes, interlinking them, define steps in each process through work instructions so that everybody does the work in the same standard procedure, evolve performance indicators of each process, then set targets of each performance indicator. The targets must be SMART, that is, they should be simple, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Then you should review each process periodically, investigate reasons for poor performance, if any, and take steps to remove those reasons permanently and go for initiating the continual improvements. I talked about continual improvements and explained continuous improvement and continual improvements in my last episode. To know the difference, you can refer that episode. And lastly, the organization must innovate and expand. But first thing first, setting the house in order. First step is setting the house in order, and that is through a Japanese system called 5S. There are 5 steps in 5S system. It is a Japanese system in which each step starts with an S. First step is Seri, that is sorting, segregating to remove unwanted things. Second system is Seatone, set in order, that is place for everything and everything in its place. And third is Shine. Shine is Seesaw, that is cleaning and arranging. And next comes standardization. Make standards for each aspect so that all the above three steps are followed in the same manner. And last is sustain. Make checklists for maintaining standards and do the audits to find out where you have gone off the rails and take steps to follow the get back on the rails. Let us see what is first S. First S is Seri or sorting. Seri is sorting through all items in a location and removing all necessary items from the location. To start Seri, first you have to identify a location where you can keep or store the unwanted things which are not needed in the organization and should be disposed of. The place could be located near to the exit so that removal from the organization is easy and smooth. And next step is to make 3 types of tags. One is red tag, the place which you have marked for keeping these items which are not needed is called red tag area. And the red tag which you make is a label which has to be put on the item which is not needed. And you can make yellow tag, that is the item which is needed but not needed immediately. It has to be kept in store. And the third tag is green tag, is the item which is mostly needed and must be kept on the shop floor. After making these preparations, you take a theme and assess each item which is lying in the organization and place the appropriate tag on those items. The things not needed are red tag, things needed immediately are put with the green tag, and the place which is needed but not immediately, is put yellow tag. Now the unneeded things are removed to the red tag area and from where these are sold off or dispatched so that revenue is created for the organization and space is created in the organization. This step, Seri or sorting, gives us many benefits. First benefit, as you know, is It increases the amount of available space because unwanted things are removed so that you are able to have more working space, and this generated space can be usefully employed for other purposes. It increases safety by eliminating obstacles because lot of space is created. Reduces time loss of searching because if you have so many things cluttered, you are spending much more time in locating a good thing, a needed thing. And since you will be placing the items needed immediately near the machines, which is yellow tagged items, which is green tagged items, you will be able to access them without any time delay. It reduces the chance of distraction by unnecessary items. It simplifies inspection and helps in materials management. This picture which is before you shows the situation that is before you did 1S or so seri and after you had done it. Now you can see after doing seri or sorting, the place looks organized and easy to comprehend. Now we go to next stage, which is Ceto. Ceto is setting in order, that arranging workstations in such a way that all tooling equipment is in close proximity, in an easy to reach spot, and are in a logical order adapted to the work performed. You must place components according to their uses, with the frequently used components being nearest to the workstation. Arrange all necessary items so that they can be easily selected for use. Make it easy to find and pick up necessary items. Assign fixed locations for each item and paint their layout. Once you have assigned the place for the item must be placed in the same place every time. Paint the passage layout and also paint the area around the machines so that each place is fixed. Use clear labels, marks or hints so that items are easy to return to the current location and so that it is easy to spot missing items. The area must be easily marked with signboards so that the place speaks for itself what is where. The dictum of place for everything and everything in its place must be followed very strictly. If you set the house in order, it gives the organization so many benefits. Orderliness brings transparency in working and improves work efficiency. Here I remember an incident which happened in one of the factories where I worked. It was a glass factory, and there used to be many foreign visitors coming to the factory. And whenever it was announced that visitors are going to come, we used to do lot of cleaning and do bring orderliness into the organization. Each place was cleaned, places were layout were made like 2S, and after the visitors came and went, we found that our work efficiency and the productivity rose by 5% for one week. We had done nothing extra. It was just the cleaning and orderliness. So it seems odd, but it does have impact on the working because if the workplace is orderly, people find joy in doing the work and productivity goes up. In the second most important thing is that uh, bringing orderliness helps us in reducing the waste of searching time because all the things are labeled and placed at proper fixed places. It is very easy to search the material which is needed and lot of searching time is eliminated. The working environment becomes pleasant and abnormalities are quickly detected and set right. It helps in inventory reduction as stocks are visible and accountable and you can manage the inventory in an efficient manner. Since tools are easily accessible, maintenance time reduces. Visible clues help identify abnormalities and facilitate their immediate correction. A stitch in time is better than nine. Look at the workplace status before and after 2S, which is presented in the above picture. The first picture shows clumsiness all around, and the second place shows orderliness. Next step is 3S. 3S is CISO, or in other words, shining. What does CISO mean? CISO means cleaning or shining. Regular periodic cleaning is done. Labeling is done for visual identifications. Floor layout marking for fixed places for each machine and things are done so that you keep the place at proper place. Periodic inspection to maintain cleanliness. And here the most important thing is doing the periodic maintenance, preventive maintenance of the machines to ensure no leakages, etc., which could make the place dirty. All these things relate to shining or cleaning the workplace and the machines and the materials. This gives a lot of benefits to the organization. You have a clean environment. Employees love to work in a clean and pleasant workplace. It helps improve work efficiency, as I explained to you in just few minutes before, how the efficiency improved after we had done 1S and 2S in the organization. If you take timely action based on preventive maintenance, our downtime reduces because the breakdowns reduce by over 60%. Oil leaks, air leakages, and vibration of machines can be identified easily and fixed immediately. 3S helps in creating a safe workplace by reducing accidents caused by slippery floors, eliminating oil leaks, and creating visual indicators. By making the workplace visible and clean, the overall quality improves as defects cannot be hidden. Defects start reducing and first time acceptance improves. There is a visual difference in workplace status before and after 3 years. The picture shows little bit clumsiness on the table before 3S was done, and the table is neat and clean after cleaning is done in the second picture. So let us now go to fourth S. Fourth S is fourth S is Siketsu, that is standardizing. This puts system in place who will do what and when and how. Roles and responsibilities are assigned. Working of all processes are standardized. You make the work instructions for each work to be done. The processes which are there are linked in a sequential manner. The next step is creating a set of guidelines and procedures. That is, work instructions are made for each process. Standard operating procedures are made for each process so that people do not make mistakes while conducting the process and taking actions while in the process. Documenting the checklist for previous three S's are made here and establishing a regular schedule for their implementation and maintenance. So you do all the work is standardized at this fourth S stage so that people do not make mistakes by deviating from the process. What are the benefits? The fourth S has many benefits. Consistency is established across all branches of the operation, minimizes guesswork because things are specified and standardized. When there is consistency, companies know what to expect and are more prepared to handle problems as they arise. It ensures that the company continuously reaps the benefits of sorting, orderliness, and cleanliness. It improves the morale in the company. Employee input is always considered in all processes of the 5S system. This process demonstrates that the company values and respects worker participation and opinions. It encourages accountability. Roles and responsibilities are clearly defined. So the fourth S is making the standards for each and every activity, and making the checklist is done so that you are able to perform the activities in a good manner. Let us go to the fifth S. Fifth S is Shitsuke, which is sustaining. Fifth S aims to make all four S functions properly, and for this purpose, training sessions are organized to create awareness about the 5S system so that all the people are encouraged to strictly follow the guidelines. Regular audits are done. We have made the checklists as to what is to be seen in every S, and these checklists are used in the 5S audit, which are performed periodically, so that we know that all the defined standards are being implemented and followed. If a deviation is found, then permanent preventive actions are taken that such deviations do not occur in future after getting corrected. Areas of improvement are identified by the audit, and you can take continual improvement measures. Worker inputs can be very valuable for identifying the improvements. Once you have identified the improvements and done continual improvements, you are on a improvement path. The benefits of fifth S is that by conducting 5S audits, we understand the working status of all four S's, and we can identify areas of improvement, which is very important. Once you have identified areas of improvement, continual improvement actions can be taken. We can take corrective measures to put back the system on rails and thereby sustain the 5S system at an efficient level. Continual improvements are done in the areas identified for improvements to take the organization to higher levels of efficiency and productivity. Fifth S makes the system self-sustaining. So these five S's, if are implemented and regulated, can bring the organization in orderliness, which is the first step before we go to other systems which will improve the working. All these aspects of 5S are being refreshed in this video which I am putting before you. Please watch.
In this video, you are going to learn what is 5S methodology. Let's start the video. 5S is a system for organizing spaces so work can be performed efficiently, effectively, and safely. This system focuses on putting everything where it belongs and keeping the workplace clean, which makes it easier for people to do their jobs without wasting time or risking injury. The 5S methodology uses a list of 5 Japanese words: Seiri, Seiton, Saizo, Saikitsu, and Shitsu. These have been translated as sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. Each term of the 5S methodology starts with an S, and each S represents one part of a 5-step process, which can improve the overall function of a business. Let's discuss each word separately. Seiri, which means short. This action involves going through all the contents of a workspace to determine which is needed and which can be removed. This way, material management team keeps only the essential items needed to complete tasks. Goals of this process are: reduce the chance of distraction by unnecessary items, simplify inspection, increase the amount of available useful space, increase safety by eliminating obstacles. Second process is Seiton, which means set in order. This activity ensures that all items are organized, and each item has a designated place. Organize all the items left in the workplace logically, so they make tasks easier for workers to complete. This often involves placing items in ergonomic locations, where people will not need to bend or make extra movements to reach them. The objective of Seiton is to make the workflow smooth and easy. 3. Saizo, which means shine. It is a proactive effort to keep work areas clean and orderly to ensure purpose-driven work. This means cleaning and maintaining the newly organized workspace. This process involves routine tasks such as mopping, dusting, or performing maintenance. Objectives of Saizo are to improve the production process efficiency and safety, reduce waste, prevent errors and defects, keep the workplace clean and pleasing to work in. 4. Saikitsu, which means standardize. Saikitsu is to standardize the processes used to create a set of standards for both organization and processes. This is where you take the first 3 S's and make rules for how and when these tasks will be performed. These standards can involve schedules, charts, etc. The objective of Saikitsu is to establish procedures and schedules to ensure the repetition of the first 3 practices. The 5th process is Shitsuke, which means sustain. Sustain means the previous 4 S's must be continued over time. This is achieved by developing a sense of self-discipline in employees, who will participate in 5S. The objective of Sustain is to organize training and perform regular audits, to ensure that the 5S approach is followed. If you want to read in details or download the PDF.
So this video refreshes what all I had discussed in the previous slides. It all talks about what the 5S system is. We get the following learnings from the video. 5S is a Japanese system to improve the working of a workplace. It has 5 steps, each starting with an S. Each step has to follow the preceding one. Through 5 steps, we remove unneeded things from the workplace. We create place for everything and make a habit of keeping things at its fixed place. We implement system of cleaning and doing preventive maintenance regularly. We make a written work instruction (SOP), that is standard operating procedure, for each activity in the workplace. And finally, do regular audits to see status of the working of the actions which we have taken, and if any deviation is found, please take action so that the system is put back on rails. It improves the working of a traditional organization and prepares it for getting converted into system-driven professional organization. The bringing orderliness in the organization is only the first step. More have to follow. We have to follow the following aspects to create or convert a traditional organization into efficient professional organization which is driven by systems. We have already covered the first aspect, that is get organized, set the house in order, that is implement 5S system. After doing this, we have to identify the processes, we have to interlink them properly in a sequential order, we have to define steps in each process through work instructions so that no mistakes happen in performing the process. We have to evolve performance indicators in each process. We have to set targets for each performance indicator. The targets, as I talked earlier, must be SMART, that is simple, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. We have to review the process periodically, investigate reasons for poor performance, and take corrective measures so that system is put back on rails, and take permanent measures so that the problem does not recur. We have to initiate continual improvements by identifying the areas of improvement, and improvements must be continual and not continuous. And finally, you have to innovate and expand. So these are the steps which have to be taken. We shall be taking one by one all these steps so that we convert the system, the traditional organization, into system-driven professional organizations. With this, we come to the end of this episode, and in the next episode, we'll start with identifying the processes and go sequentially to all other steps so that we are able to convert the traditional organizations into efficient professional organizations. If I have enthused you about the subject of workplace, you can do further reading by buying my book, getting a copy of my book from Amazon and Flipkart, where this book is selling. This book gives you detailed information and can serve as a guideline to the new entrepreneurs and the budding managers. This book will come handy to them in for facing the workplace challenges. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you. Thank you once again. And please wait for my next episodes for discussing the further steps of converting traditional organization into professionally run system driven organization. Thank you. Thank you very much.